Hello friends, it's me, Miss Liz. I'm here today in my kitchen. I decided that since our harvest of the month is root vegetables, I'm going to make some root vegetable chips. A root vegetable is a vegetable that comes from a plant where it serves as the plant's root. So it grows underground and it soaks up nutrients and water from the soil so the plant can grow. For this recipe, I'm just gonna use 1 large beet, 2 russet potatoes, 1 big sweet potato, 1 large parsnip, and 1 long carrot. In this recipe, I will also use canola oil, salt, garlic powder, and a little bit of pepper. Now that we have all of our ingredients, first, before we do anything else, we have to wash our hands. Okay, great. Now that we've washed our hands, we're ready to begin. First, we need to trim and peel all of our root vegetables. In order to do that, we'll need a knife and a peeler. Make sure you have an adult with you to help with this. In order to trim, we're just gonna cut off the ends of this carrot, and then we're gonna start peeling it with our peeler. Whenever you're peeling anything, always make sure to peel away from you. And don't press too hard into whatever it is that you're peeling. Nice and light, just glide the peeler over your vegetable. Make sure to save your beet leaves and stems because you can use those in other cooking. Just chop it off and be very careful not to get this red dye on your clothes. Next, we're gonna slice all these vegetables up really thin. To do that, I'm gonna use this instrument called a mandolin slicer. It's got a blade right here and it's gonna help make really thin slices out of these vegetables. You can definitely use a knife, just gotta have a really steady hand. I'm just gonna hold my mandolin up, really thin, make slices like that. So I'm gonna wanna make my slices really thin as I possibly can make them. So my vegetables are all sliced. I put the beets in a separate container just to keep them apart from the rest of the vegetables because the beet juice is very strong and will dye everything. So we wanna keep them separate. And we're just gonna put them in bowls and fill it with ice water. We're gonna let these veggies sit for about half an hour. While we wait, I'm gonna go ahead and make my seasoning. So I'm gonna take 2 teaspoons of salt, measure it out, make sure it's even, 1 and 2. Then I'm gonna take a 4th teaspoon of garlic. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of pepper, just a little bit. And then I'm just gonna mix that around into a little salty mixture there. This is just gonna coat our chips when they're ready to give them just a little bit of flavor. And there we go. You're gonna wanna lay the vegetables out on a baking sheet with paper towel on it, just to get the water out of it, and maybe use paper towel to squish all the extra water out of the vegetables. You're gonna wanna fill a big pot, a cast iron pot, or a Dutch oven if you have it, with about 3 inches of canola oil. And then you're going to wanna turn the stove on and heat that oil up. Now, I'm using a thermometer so I can make sure that the temperature of my oil is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so my oil has reached about 350, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to fry my vegetables. I suggest you have your parents do this and you can just help. Okay. fry them. Leave them in there for maybe 2 minutes until they get a nice brownish. This is our last little batch of them. I'm just gonna put some of these into a plastic bag. I'll just fill this bag up. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of that seasoning we made earlier with the salt and garlic. Put some in the bag. Close it up. And do a little shake. I'm gonna make the salt go up. All right, and now we can enjoy. Tasty. These are how my chips came out. The seasoning was really nice on them. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these root vegetable chips, and I hope you're celebrating our Harvest of the Month root vegetables. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and don't forget to try new things.